Do you ever wonder what is intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number? The traditional beliefs, customs, and stories of a community. A community not part of the mainstream, unconventional, peripheral, or extreme. Part of an anthology, a published collection of poems or other pieces of writing. This is Esoteric Lore. I'm your host, Edward Aponte, where I push you to ponder the fringes of folklore. She didn't tweet her ideas. She didn't brand her brilliance. She didn't ask to be seen. At 14, she built an airplane. Not for attention, but because curiosity demanded a body. In a world obsessed with visibility, she chose invisibility. In a culture addicted to noise, she practiced silence. Some call her this generation's Einstein. But the truth is more unsettling than that, because she reminds us of something we've forgotten. That the deepest minds are often the quiet ones in the room. This is quiet brilliance. There's a kind of intelligence that announces itself loudly. And then there's another kind, the kind that barely makes a sound. Today's story is not about viral fame, personal branding, or loud genius. It's about quiet resilience, mindful obsession, and a form of creativity so disciplined, so inward, that the world only notices it after the work is already done. This is the story of Sabrina Gonzalez Pasterski. Some have rushed to call her this generation's Einstein, but that comparison, while tempting, misses something more important. Because what matters isn't how famous her mind is, it's how she uses it. Before the papers, before the equations, before MIT, Harvard, or advanced theoretical physics, there was a teenager in Chicago. Not elite, prep school pedigree, no celebrity parents, no media campaign. Just a young woman who built an airplane in her garage. Not as a stunt, not for attention, but because curiosity demanded expression. At 14 years old, Sabrina assembled a single-engine aircraft, taught herself to fly it, and logged solo flight hours. No applause, no audience, just focus. This is where the story already diverges from the modern myth of genius. Because this wasn't performance, it was presence. We often think of mindfulness as something practiced on cushions, with apps, bells, and affirmation. But there's another form of mindfulness, one that emerges naturally when attention becomes devotion. Sabrina is known for something unusual in modern academia. She does not use social media. She avoids self-promotion. She rarely speaks about herself at all. Her interviews are sparse, her tone measured, her focus unwavering. This is not withdrawal, it's selective attention. In a world engineered to fracture focus, she chose containment. And that containment became power. Mindfulness at its deepest level is not about calm, it's about unbroken relationship with the present problem. This is what she practiced. Here's what doesn't get talked about enough. Sabrina entered some of the most competitive intellectual environments on earth. MIT, Harvard, elite physics circles. Without playing the game, she reportedly turned down prestigious funding and fellowships when they came with conditions that compromised her independence. No outrage, no manifesto, no public explanation, just refusal. That is a rare form of resilience. Not the loud kind that demands recognition, but the quiet kind that protects inner sovereignty. Resilience isn't always about pushing harder. Sometimes it's about not bending. Creativity is often romanticized as chaos. But in theoretical physics, the realm of Sabrina works in, creativity is forged through constraint. Her work focuses on deep questions of space-time, gravity, and symmetry. Questions that cannot be solved by inspiration alone. They require long solitude, emotional neutrality, tolerance for uncertainty, willingness to sit with not knowing. This is creativity, mindfulness at its most extreme. No dopamine hits, no likes, no validation loops, just contact with reality as it actually is. This is why comparisons to Einstein arise, not because of fame, but because of method. Einstein too worked quietly, slowly, often misunderstood, and so does she. Sabrina Gonzalez Pasterski is not important because she might be a genius. She's important because she represents a counterculture of mind. She shows us that you don't need to narrate your entire life to legitimize it. You don't need constant feedback to make progress. You don't need permission to go deep. Her story is a reminder that the most radical act today may be sustained attention. In an age of noise, silence becomes strategy. In an age of branding, craft becomes rebellion. Quiet resilience doesn't trend. Mindful creativity doesn't go viral. And real originality rarely announces itself. But somewhere in a garage, in a notebook, in a silent room with a chalkboard, the future is being built by people who are not trying to be seen. They are trying to understand. And that may be the most powerful form of mindfulness left. As always, I leave you with a poem. The ones who don't announce themselves. They do not arrive loudly. They do not rehearse their importance. They sit with questions longer than comfort allows. While the world refreshes, they remain. While others perform intelligence, they practice understanding. No brand, no spectacle, no urgency to be known. only the quiet courage to stay with the problem until it opens. History remembers them not because they shouted, but because reality finally agreed with them. This is Esoteric Lore. Thanks for listening. If you like this video, please subscribe, share, and give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you next time.